All right, hey there, folks. Long time no see. It has been a minute or two or three. So with today's video, I just wanted to update everyone on where we've been, kind of the new direction for the channel. It's not necessarily forward. I also wanted to update you guys on both cars because we've done a lot of work to them and they've definitely come a long way. So we've been filming a little here and there of the work on the 300ZX and the 240. But it honestly just got to a point of we needed just to put the camera down and hammer down and get these cars ready. Filming makes an hour job into a 3-hour job, and it gets in the way. We wanted to get our cars up and ready to go and enjoy for the summer, so we just put the cameras down and just got to work. But either way, I wanted to update you guys on the cars. I wanted to show you the progress we've made on the 300 as well as the 240. So let's start off with the 300ZX. As you know, when I got this car, it was a really good foundation. Hardly any rust underneath, super clean, low mileage engine that ran really, really well. The car shifted really well. It was just lots of little stuff that needed to be dealt with and lots of little easy wins in my mind, which turned out to be not so easy. The paint wasn't great. The taillights were cracked. There was, weird sticker on the side, had some red mesh grill. It also had some weird painted interior trim. The trim around all the windows were cracked and peeling. The tint was just horrific on it. Had a really, really bad, just farmer welded exhaust. The rims needed to go. And that was just, to name a few things. So the first thing I wanted to do, easy win for the car, was just get some new rims for it. So I got some new shoes. I got the Avon 1 AV06s. They're a decent set of rims. They're highly rated for replicas. This car wasn't getting tracked. It's not going to get tracked. I didn't feel the need to buy, thousands of dollars worth of, TE37s or these race rims that are forged and super lightweight. And this car is just a cruiser. It's just a GT car. And I saved a ton of money by going with these. And I think they look fine. So the next thing we wanted to do was replace all the trim around the car. It needed the trim around the windows, the T-tops, as well as the front cowl was completely cracked underneath the windshield. Luckily, you can still purchase new trim pieces for this car through Concept Z Performance, so I went with a full kit from them and just replaced all the trim. Really helped with the look of the car, made it look not so cheap, and just helped just repair all that cracked trim around the windshield and the windows. Speaking of trim, on the interior trim, that was a super easy win. Removed all the trim pieces that were painted red. I don't know why they got painted them red, but painted them black, sanded painted them black to try to give it, a more OEM look. It looks pretty good for the most part, and it definitely just makes me a little bit happier driving this thing around, not looking at cheap red interior parts. Moving on, one of the toughest jobs I did was removing the 90s tint around the on the windows. It took hours, took days actually, and it was super frustrating. So normally, if tint is still relatively new and good, you're able to just heat it up and peel it off like a sticker and then remove any excess glue on the that's left over, which the front windows, the driver's side and passenger window was like that. That was actually pretty easy. It came off literally in one piece and I just had to do a quick once over to get any glue off. The back window, not so much. The back window was horrific. It was bubbling, it was peeling, it was cracked, it was purpled, it was gross. It smelled terrible. It was just awful. So I had to go with a razor blade by hand and peel off this tint over hours and hours of work. It took probably 4 passes to get all the tint off. I used adhesive spray where you spray it on, cover it with a garbage bag to let it soak in to try and soften it up and get the glue to move. I heated it up, and then it just came down to just manual work with a razor blade, just the whole window. It was just not fun at all. Probably the worst job I've done on this car. I don't want to do it again. But it was nice at the end. I could finally see out the back window, which was nice. And then it was ready to go to get brand new tint put on. So I took it to a local shop here and got it tinted with 30% tint. It's a right-hand drive car, so it's a little funky driving on the road as is. I didn't want to make that harder with going super dark. And I also wanted to drive it at night, so being able to see at night is pretty big. So usually I do 5% on my cars, but I stuck with 30% just to make it you know, able to see at night. I think it looks pretty good. Darkens it up, but it's not crazy. So after kind of all those easy wins, not necessarily easy, but after all those small wins where the car isn't too modified, I had some plans and some visions on where I wanted to take the car visually. Usually I'll do, you know, power mods first, but I wanted to make this car look really, really good first. So I saw some products and some demo cars that I just fell in love with. So I decided to purchase a full Twin Z kit. I didn't go wide body, just bought the regular kit, but I think Twins Design out of Peru, they make the best looking kit for a 300. Nobody even comes close. It modernizes the car. It makes it look just so clean without making it look tacky and boy racer, because some of the 300 kits just look not great in my opinion. This one's subdued, but still makes it look custom. So I went with a full bumper, front and rear bumper, front lip, side lip, door fillers, as well as a rear spoiler. The kit actually fit really well from factory. It just required a bit of minor adjustments here and there, just to get the rear bumper to fit, get the rear tow hooks to fit with that rear bumper. Had to do some cutting and some sanding. It's still not perfect, but it's pretty good. Very happy with the kit. Shout out to Twins Design. They make amazing products. Some panels needed to be glued, so the rear spoiler had to be glued on, so that was fun prepping all that, as well as the door fillers. All in all, the kit looks unbelievable. Completely transforms the car. The car also got some Tine Flex Z coilovers, as well as Z1 fully adjustable suspension kit. The suspension kit from Z1 has some adjustable upper, lower control arms, traction arms, stuff like that, just so you can adjust the suspension when you lower the car. And the coilovers are super comfortable, and I love them. Really good quality. So finally, after the kit was on, we were able to start wrapping the car. I went with an Avery SW900 Cardinal Gloss Red, and I think I made the right choice. The car absolutely pops, and red, this car deserves red. I never thought I would own a red car. Red is not usually my color, but for some reason, this car looks unbelievable in red. I think it's the best color for the car. When wrapping a car, you got to make sure your shop was clean, so I did a full scrub down, try to make it like a kill room from Dexter. But even then, it wasn't perfect. There's some dog hair from Farley underneath the wrap that you can see. From 10 feet away, it looks pretty good. Just don't look too closely. I've seen some really terrible wrap jobs at some car shows, and this is, if I had to grade it, I would give it a B-, which isn't bad. It's not perfect, but you know, it's not bad. So with that kit, I had to install some custom LED turn signals / daytime running lights. This kit with the front cowls is made for these big 20-piece LED eBay ones that I'll put a picture up here. I didn't really like the look of them. I even bought them and tried them, and they just look a bit cheap. So I went with these slimmer ones that are a little more low profile, that hide underneath. I might even do a little bit of a tint on them. Gives it a little more lower profile look and just doesn't look as cheap, even though they were the same price. I had to install a rear LED brake light as well, which was a super easy job to do. Just some 3M tape and wired that baby up. The taillights got upgraded to the Nissan JDM ones, the 96 Plus. It's a pretty common upgrade in the 300 community. Everyone usually goes with these taillights. I like the clear lenses in them. Makes the car look nice. And it's a JDM car, so it's not like I'm, you know, stolen valor. I then put in a new stereo system, so new speakers in the front and rear, as well as a double din stereo with this new custom plate for it from a Toto. It's really nice having wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay in this thing, having maps and Spotify going. It's really, really nice to have driving around, and I do a lot of driving in this car in the summer. Highly recommend the Toto double din stereo. It's, for the price, you can't beat it. It's really, really good. So after that, the last thing to do was to take it to an exhaust shop to get the new AMS 3-inch catback exhaust re-welded. It fit with the stock rear bumper fine, but the new rear bumper from Twins Design, it didn't fit quite right. It didn't fit at all. So Instead of me doing a hack job on it, a hack and weld job, I wanted to get it done nicely. So I took it to a custom exhaust shop, and they did a really, really good job rewelding the stainless steel exhaust. But now it's visually, it's pretty much where I want it to be. You know, dream would be to get this thing painted, but paint just costs so much money, dude. I did the wrap for under $1,000 myself with Brian. And one of the best things about doing a wrap is I can unpeel it and just change the color if I wanted to for under $1,000. Paint obviously looks way better. That is the dream for this car. But what's nice is I can kind of decide on what color will be my forever color for this car, whether it's red. I was thinking of doing white, because like an 80s looking white car looks fucking awesome. So we'll see what we want to do with it. But visually, like, all it needs is just a little bit of fine tune adjustment on the kit, a little bit. The side skirts need a little bit of adjustment, but all in all, I'm very happy with it. It needs a new rear front fender, which I have, just need to throw it on. But other than that, the exterior looks unbelievable. I'm so happy with it. Currently, where the car is right now, and as I'm recording this video, we are working on doing the auto to manual conversion. So we're just working on getting the auto transmission out right now. I definitely over-purchased parts for this car. I got a clutch from Specialty Z that's rated for 800 horsepower. It's a one-piece drive shaft that's rated for about 800 horsepower, and that transmission is also very, very strong. It's a brand new transmission from Nissan. It's the 96 Plus 5-speed. Shockingly, they still make it, and that transmission can hold quite a bit of power. I don't know if I'm gonna go big power down the line, but I wanted to have the headroom to be able to do it. So if I did start upgrading turbos, upgrading injectors and fuel rails and fuel pumps and all that, that I'd be safe to do it with the I'm not going to be at risk of blowing a transmission or a drive shaft or a clutch. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for the kind words and the support and sticking with us. We're going to be putting out more videos. It's going to be a different direction though, and we're going to touch base on that in the next few videos we're going to be putting out. The next video I'm going to put out is on Brian's 240. We're going to basically same thing, just talk about it, what we've all done, and showing you where it is now. And it's also a very different car for very different reasons though. So be sure to check out that when we put it out. And again, thanks for watching. Love you. Bye-bye.